Hey guys, Mysterious Man Toby, and I'm coming at you with my top 10 easiest slash very beginner friendly characters for you guys if you're wanting to either win ranked matches just like that, or just if you're looking for a character that maybe you can kind of take your frustration out on. Let's say you go on a losing streak, 5 or 6 matches. Here are some characters that honestly take little to no effort at all to win with. So without further ado, let's get into it. Neji is, and again, this is I should say that this is in no order whatsoever. I'm just going through the list. But the first character is Neji. Now, Neji is a really good, easy character to use because, for one, he has interesting priority in that when you dash him, usually you get beat out. It's very easy for him to mash. It's very easy for the opponent to get sucked in. He has rotation, which is very good against noobs because they really don't know how to punish that, and you can cancel that as well, so that's also a plus. And then his tilt actually stops dashes, so you can actually spam that too. And a lot of lower level players won't really know how to get around it. And then of course, its awakening is pretty good, so there's that. If you do understand how to use him, learn his infinite. That's a huge plus because you can just mash out lower ranked players and then infinite them to death. It's a very very simple process. So yeah, Neji's one of those characters. Next character is EMS Sasuke. And while he did receive a nerf, he still has really good range of advancing forward combos. He has a big awakening. His priority isn't as good as what it was before, but it's still somewhat there. His air combo is still good. Of course, his jutsu selection is good as well. So all in all, he's got his tilt, which is pretty good against low level players because they don't really know what to do. They don't know how to properly tackle the tilt, and they usually get hit a bunch of times and they sub and dash, and it's really bad for them. And then you got of course, you got the mash friendly aspect about the character, and then you got the big awakening. Next character is Sage Hashirama. Sage Hashirama has really, really fast, not really, really fast, but good, fast forward advancing hitboxes. He also has an infinite if you want to learn that too. He has a big awakening, which is really good. A lot lower level players don't really know how to deal with that. And his jutsu selection is actually pretty good as well. If you choose him, if he's your main character at the start, you can choose Shuriken Shadow Clone Jutsu, I believe. And that move can be hard for people to deal with, even if he's not using it in support form, but if you're just using it, because a lot of people don't understand that if you try to just sub it, a lot of times you'll have to sub twice, and it can be really bad for the opponent. They really don't understand how to deal with it. So you can get free damage off that and free subs. And then of course his range and combos is really good as well, like I said. Next character is Minato Reanimation, and I'm also going to tag along Minato Hokage as well. In kind of the same slot. I know that's weird because they're two different characters, but I just count them together because they're Minatos. I don't. Hopefully that isn't weird for you guys. But for the sake of this video, I just wanted to count them together since I said 10. But anyways, Minato Reanimation has fast forward advancing combos. And then of course there's the Rasengan aspect. People really can't deal with Rasengan as a tool. Another reason why I include Minato Hokage. Their Rasengans are still pretty fast. So when you use them against them and they don't know how to deal with it, a lot of times they're going to get frustrated and dash. You can get a lot of free damage off of that. Then Minato Reanimation is really good for mash because his combos advance pretty far, and they have a lot of horizontal reach. So a lot of times they're just going to get mashed out over and over again, and that's mainly it for that Minato. Minato Hokage, however, it's just kind of like it's just the Rasengan. Tilt's pretty good too. But and I neglected to mention the projectiles as well. The projectiles are really good for just getting a lot of damage on lower level players that don't know how to deal with it. But anyways, for Minato Hokage, it's mainly just the infinite that he has and just his swift movement, and then the Rasengan. But a lot of lower level players use the Rasengan, and that's how they get a lot of their wins. So of course you can resort to Rasengan spamming because it will work against lower ranked players. But there's also some other things here with the character that gives you an edge too, and he's very beginner friendly too. Next character is Mifune. Now Mifune is he has really fast. Next character is Mifune. Now Mifune is he has really fast combos. His down combo ends really fast. His tilt and jutsu are alarmingly really good, and at the highest level, they're hard. It's hard for players to deal with them. So at the lowest level, it becomes pretty much impossible for them to deal with it. Because think about it, the way his tilt is that he does a slash and steps back. That gives him range, and he can also hit out of that. But think of it like this: he has priority in his combos. And basically what that means is that when you dash, you can get a lot of times you're going to get beat out or it's going to trade. So you can kind of tilt, and if it hits or if they get hit and they sub and dash, you can like just react to that and start comboing and you'll be safe. Of course, you can counter in addition to that as well, so there's that option. And then his jutsu is really hard to punish, especially if you space it right to where like after you finish the jutsu off on them, you'll be like really far behind them. It's really hard for players to punish that because it has low lag and it travels really far behind, and man, it can really suck at times. So that's another beginner friendly character. Really easy to use. You'll get results with really fast. Awakening isn't really worth mentioning, but it's still an option. Next character is Deidara, and Deidara is like the scrub crusher of all scrubs. I'm not gonna lie, Deidara absolutely destroys people in rank because literally, and I'm talking about people that are like high rank, like around my rank, like 35, 37. Why is that? Because a lot of people don't understand that a lot of people only know how to mash, and Deidara destroys mashing. Not as well as Shino, but again, Shino is a little harder to use. So depending on who you come across, you might get destroyed using Shino, so that's why he's not on here. But anyways, Deidara is a lot easier to use, and he destroys mashing because his projectiles, or his X combos are projectiles. So by default, they beat out combos in general. So you beat out all mashers with your projectiles, and of course he has a big awakening, which is pretty decent. But it's really just a projectile. So you pick Deidara and slap on some really good supports, you're good to go against a lot of people in rank right there. That's why a lot of lower ranks, I've used Deidara against them. They either send me hate mail or they rage quit. They say, oh, all you want to do is spam, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, another easy character right there. Easy wins all across the board. Next, we have Madara with what Madara is this? Madara Reanimation, I believe. I believe it's Madara Reanimation. Anyways, the one that uses Susanoo in his combos like this, where he has a lot of range and reach. You know, he starts off with a little elbow forward and then he starts comboing. That's the Madara that I'm referring to and that you should be seeing right now. Anyways, this Madara has really big range that's hard for people to deal with. Now, they took away the fact of his combos advancing forward really fast, but he's still a good Madara to get wins with and to just really annoy players that don't know how to move, that don't know when to use counter, things like that. That's mainly the factor about him that makes him so easy. Just easy range, and against lower ranked players, you don't really have to know too much about the character to get the win. There can just be an aspect like this. So yeah, that's why he's here. Nagato, you guys should have known Nagato was going to be on here. Nagato is a very easy character to use. Really fast, forward advancing combos, infinite, really, really, really good awakening. Good priority still. His priority is still pretty good. Tilt can be annoying to deal with. All these different things that factor into the character make him a really easy character to use and a really good character for ranked if you're looking for free wins or just you just want a very beginner friendly character. Next, I have Obito, or Jubito as people refer to him. Now, why is Jubito on here? Because his combos have insane range, and believe it or not, like it's pretty much an auto win against lower ranked players because they don't know how to deal with all the range. They don't know how to approach it because his combos have interesting priority, like around the second string, you can beat out dash and stuff like that. And they don't know how to deal with that. So they just get ate alive. And so that is about it for and my last character is the Last Sasuke. Last Sasuke is a really good beginner friendly character because not only does he have a really easy infinite to pull off that has huge frame advantage, but he also has his combos they end very quickly. So the damage is pretty much clunked together. So he has high damaging combos. He has a really good awakening as well. And his jutsu is really hard for lower players to deal with. He has the fireball jutsu, and if you literally throw that out a lot, people will just get hit by it. They don't really know how to deal with that effect that well. And so it tends to be pretty much a really easy get out of jail free card and really easy spell move. And then of course, his combos do really good damage. So there's that, and then the awakening. So yeah, that's pretty much why he's in here. And that's pretty much it. This is my top 10 characters, top 10 easiest beginner characters for the game. If you guys can't tell, pretty much these are characters that, you know, they all share a common trait of being able to mash. Their combos are advanced pretty far. They have pretty good priority, stuff like that. That's really what makes the character easy to use, because you don't really have to worry about a lot of the scenarios and instances that come along with not having that, you know, that amazing range, or not having combos that have really good priority, or not having combos that advance you forward, stuff like that. Then of course they have special qualities like awakening, and you know, there's just a lot of the game that gets left out when you're using characters like this, and that's what makes them easier to use than most characters, and pretty easy as a beginner character. I recommend you use these characters if you're struggling with ranking, you feel like quitting, because you don't want to quit the game, but I do understand if you get tired of losing, you're like, man, I really want to win, then by all means try one of these characters, but please don't rely on them, because they will skew your learning of the game along the way. So you may not understand how to deal with certain things when you don't have these really good characters, and that could hurt you on your path to becoming a really good player. So you don't want to rely on these things. You know, you can use them here and there, but trying to rely on them. And again, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I am working on some other huge projects as well, so stay tuned for that. This is Mysterious Man Toby signing off.